What's up, everybody? Dog Ron A5. There's levels to this. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we got to have this conversation. Um, Everyone's losing their goddamn minds right now. What am I missing? What happened to Xbox or or Microsoft Gaming or Game Pass in the last few days, last few weeks that I'm not seeing, that everyone is acting as if now Xbox is dead, as if Xbox is done. Okay. Tangle Studios? Really? Tangle Studios is what got you like this? Them closing down Tangle? Redfall? That's what got you like this. Bro, it's crazy the way people are running with this. Yes, this is doom and gloom at its highest. Call of Duty now, supposedly some janitor out there said it's not coming day and date to Game Pass. Who said this? That's what I want to know. Who said Call of Duty is not coming to Game Pass? Game Pass is not sustainable. That's what they're saying again. But listen. The one thing about me that you cannot deny if you've watched me for even a drop of a second is that I talk from the player's perspective, from the gamer's perspective. You can call me a game, you can say that I'm not a gamer all you want, but when I speak from the gamer's perspective. So let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You ready? You ready for this? Sit down. You ready? I don't give a damn if Game Pass is sustainable or profitable. Why do I care if Microsoft is making money or losing money off of Game Pass? I care about my experience with Game Pass. I'm going to keep using Game Pass until Game Pass is no more. And when Game Pass is no more, guess what? I'll figure out something else to use. The same way that when Blockbuster was around and I had to deal with Blockbuster, I used them till they went out of business and then I went somewhere else. Are you a freaking idiot? I don't have stock in Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't pay me. If they did pay me, my videos would be way different. Trust me. Oh boy, my videos will be straight different. Hey, yo, Phil, hit me up, dog. I'll spin this whichever way you want me to spin it, dog. Hit me up. Send some money my way. I your damn mind like I care if Game Pass is sustainable. You guys are idiots. Are you a gamer or are you a bean counter? Now you're a bean counter. And then I proved in my last video. Right? If Call of Duty is making a lot of money for them, right? And they still want to make profit because it's a business. It would make sense for them to cut losses or cut places where they're not making the profit that they feel that they need to make, right? And again, I hate speaking that way because that doesn't benefit me at all. But you're not going to sit here and pretend like you really cared about Tangle Studios when I saw the percentage of people that beat that game. You're not going to do it, bro. You're just not going to do it. But here's the problem, right? Because, again, you guys speak out of both sides of your mouth, and I really hate it, bro. I hate it because it's very deceitful. Here's the deal. The biggest thing about Game Pass that people said was that because Game Pass was going to be unsustainable and unprofitable, Doc, you should care because that means they're going to have to put bad games into Game Pass. And when they put bad games into Game Pass, that's going to directly affect your experience, right? That's what you guys used to say. So if Game Pass creates bad games, then you can't cheer Hi-Fi Rush. You can't say Game Pass makes bad games and then say that Hi-Fi Rush is a good game. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You can't say Game Pass is for bad games and then we have games like Lies of P. I'm using a game that's not an Xbox game because I know how biased you are. If I use an Xbox game, you're going to say it's bad regardless. If I say Forza Horizon 5, some people are going to say that wasn't a good game. Lies. If I say Starfield was not a good game, lies. You might not think Starfield was the savior of Xbox, but you can't say Starfield was a bad game. If you're saying Starfield was a bad game, that's disingenuous. You know that. Because then you got to go look at all the scores and compare it to things that you call great, and it's equal. I'm just saying, right? So you can't say that Game Pass is the reason why we have bad games, right? And then also say there's good games in Game Pass. It doesn't make sense. So if Game Pass is unsustainable, which again doesn't matter, right? And you know and I know that their goal is to get Game Pass to be sustainable, right? To get people more to Game Pass. Well, let me ask you that. Do you agree that that's what Microsoft wants? More people in the subscription service? If they want more people in the subscription service, why would they not put Call of Duty day and date on Game Pass? Let me help you out. The majority of Call of Duty players, you can look it up if you want, speak facts, are on mobile. The large majority of Call of Duty players are on mobile. You could say mobile doesn't matter, but here's a problem with a lot of you idiots. You didn't realize that the Activision, Blizzard, King deal, whatever, Microsoft cared more about mobile than they did anything else. You don't have, you idiots don't have to believe me. It doesn't matter. Listen to me. The majority of Call of Duty players are on mobile. This is a fact, okay? The second biggest demographic, I think, is like PC, okay? The third biggest is PlayStation, right? And then the last demographic of Call of Duty gamers is like something like 8% or something, 7 or 8% are on Xbox. So let's figure this out. Let's talk through this logically, right? If you're an Xbox gamer, right, and you're part of the 8% that plays Call of Duty, let's say you all 8% of them are subscribed to Game Pass. Okay, let's say all 8. I'm worst case scenario. Let's say all 8% decide that because they're Game Pass subscribers, they're no longer going to buy Call of Duty. Right? You and I both know there are Game Pass gamers that still buy games. We do know that, right? Okay. But let's just say none of them. Every single person that has an Xbox console does not buy Call of Duty. They all play it on Game Pass. Let's just say that's the situation. Okay. They don't buy the game. They play it on Game Pass. Okay. Fair enough. Right? That's 8% of the revenue that's lost. Now let's go to the PlayStation side. 15%, something like that. 15% of PlayStation gamers. Let's say those 15% of PlayStation gamers, right? There's no reason for them to stop buying it on PlayStation. If they're going to switch over, stay with me now. If they're going to switch over to play it on Xbox and they're not going to buy it, they would go ahead and subscribe to Game Pass now, right? Stay with me now. So now you got someone that's subscribed to Game Pass, yes, for $10. But if you're a Call of Duty player, I doubt you're just going to play the game for pay for $10 1 month and then unsubscribe. I highly doubt that. If you're a Call of Duty player, you're going to keep playing that game, right? So now instead of you paying $70 to PlayStation, right? And then Microsoft gets this little cut. You are now subscribed to Game Pass, and for the entire years, I'm using the lowest subscription, $10 a month, right? You're paying Microsoft $120. But now you're in the Microsoft ecosystem. All right, stay with me now. I know some of you are slow. Stay with me now, right? Okay, so now let's say if you do convert. Now, if you don't convert any PlayStation game, let's say nobody converts, nothing changes on PlayStation side. You still got 15% of that revenue from there. 15% of revenue that you weren't getting before because you didn't own Activision Duty, all right? Activision Blizzard. Now, PC side, right? The PC side, let's say some people that are playing on PC also decide that, you know what? I got Game Pass, right? So I'm not going to go ahead and buy Call of Duty. Okay? They're not buying Call of Duty. They're subscribed to Game Pass, right? They're going to play it that way. Same thing. Instead of a $70 one-time payment, now they're continuously paying Xbox, and they still got them in the ecosystem. Those people that aren't subscribed to Game Pass, though, will buy Call of Duty flat out. The same way that you can look at Steam numbers to see how many people are playing Halo. Now, here's the bigger catch out of all of this, okay? Here's the biggest catch out of all of this. You and I both know when it comes to Call of Duty, the majority of the money made is not made on the game sales itself. It's made what happens after you sell the game with the microtransactions. You and I both know this, and this is what drives me crazy with the people that make YouTube videos that are bean counters, that don't talk about playing video games. They know this as well. They know that microtransactions are the biggest things. So if you could put a game that's going to effectively possibly have more people buy into the microtransactions, why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? So that's what drives me crazy. When you look at Xbox, the reality is they don't care about the hardware. That is the reality. But then you're also going to try to say that they don't care about Xbox, the Game Pass version, right? And what's really funny to me is when I told people I switched over to PC, right? And I told them that I'm playing on a Microsoft system, on a Windows system, right? And that Microsoft owns Xbox. People laughed at me and made fun of me. But now you don't like the term Microsoft Gaming. It's always been Microsoft Gaming. It's always been under Microsoft. Like what? Like how? Bro, it drives me crazy because they pretend to be smart. It's always been under Microsoft. The only people this Xbox generation that are getting screwed are the Series X owners. That is it. because we constantly keep getting lied as to what this box can and cannot do. And then we have idiots out there that try to support like, well, that box can't do it. Why would you expect it to work like a PC? It can't do it. And then 6 months later, there's patches. You know Redfall's going to get a patch. Redfall already got a patch. You know Hellblade's going to get a patch. You know Hellblade 2 will get a patch on the Xbox Series X. Mark my words. You know it's going to get a patch. And then you're going to feel stupid months from now. But for the Xbox Series X players, they're going to go ahead and have them play at 30 frames and tell them that they want to have that cinematic experience. And then me, with a freaking an $800 PC, I'm going to play that game at well above 30 frames. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. But you know what? Xbox is dying, right? Everything is doom and gloom, right? Bro, you guys are out of your minds. You guys are out of your minds. Either Microsoft and Xbox care about Game Pass or they don't. We already know that they don't care about the hardware, and it's not because of rumors, not because of agendas, because they've proven it multiple times. Commercials saying no hardware needed. Like, what more do you need, right? Proof that nothing is optimized for the Series X. Nothing is optimized for the Series X. Everything's optimized for, more games optimized for the PS5 than the Series X, right? And that's been since the beginning of this generation, right? They're not making their own developers use the power of the Series X until later on. But these are all facts, right? So what has changed in the last week that now the entire Xbox is done? 4 studios closing? Really? 4 studios closing? That's what has changed? Bro. And then here's the thing about the hardware. Sarah Bond came out and said that there is going to be another hardware. I'll be honest with you. To me, I don't know why. Why would you say they're gonna make another hardware when you clearly don't care about the hardware? I don't get it. But sure, they'll make another hardware, whatever. So that's gonna happen. And if she's saying there's another hardware, okay, there's another hardware, generational leap, sure, whatever. We'll see what happens when it comes out. But today, as a gamer, I turn on Xbox, I turn on Game Pass, and I still play. There's still games to play. I can still play on whatever screen that I want. Every screen is an Xbox, yes. To include PC, which is under Microsoft Windows. So yes, it's Microsoft Gaming. I don't know. Tell me exactly what I don't see. Game Pass is not sustainable right now. Who gives a what? Why do I care? Is it going to be sustainable when Call of Duty drops on it? And if it's not, it doesn't matter because Call of Duty is still making enough money. Do they actually need Xbox? Do they actually need Game Pass to be sustainable if they got so much money coming from? I don't know. You guys let me know. Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. We out. Peace.